Yeah, so what? It's your boy, Bits and Bobs, and this is That United Show. Listen, guys, what can we do? It's Valentine's Day, so you know I had to do it like this. Roses are red, violets are blue. Big Sam broke our hearts, just like the Glazers did too. Yes, people, how we doing? Sunday evening, rat-a-tat-tat, whatever. We have the panel with me. I have Lincoln, I have Benji, I have Cam, and I have, obviously, the notorious Neeks. How are we all, man, them? How is everyone this evening?
I mean, Man United didn't show us no love on Valentine's Day, man. They didn't show us no love.
To be honest, that's probably one of the best birthday presents that Man United, the best birthday present that Man United could give me right now. I mean,
Birthday present?
Birthday tomorrow.
Oh, your birthday tomorrow?
Your birthday tomorrow.
I turn 20. I officially become a man. This is what they give me.
Yo, let's start with you, Neeks. Neeks, West Brom, okay? Big Sam broke our hearts, just like the Glazers did too. I know we spoke about earlier. You know, the dust has settled. Talk to me. What's your thoughts?
Has it settled? Has it really settled? I mean, I just came on my own match review. So it's all like, it's still there. It's still there for me. We can say Big Sam broke our hearts. Big Sam did what Big Sam's supposed to do. Like, we went into Big Sam did nothing different in this game. Man didn't come with a new tactical master plan. And we're like, rah, them man are balling out. No, Big Sam did what Big Sam does. And we allowed them to do it. Linda soft. There was a part in the game, I can't remember. It was a corner, and they had a guy standing on David De Gea, and the commentator goes, just like Kevin Nolan used to do for when he was obviously manager Bolton. Big Sam ain't changed. Big Sam has not changed.
Exactly.
Yeah, we just fell into the trap. We ended, especially in the first half, we ended up playing their own game, and at no point, realistically, did we get going. We were lucky to get away with a draw.
But we didn't even touch the ball. We didn't even touch the ball before they scored.
Lincoln, we're saying that obviously you heard Neeks there. Big Sam doesn't change. Okay. We were lucky. We fell for the trap. What are you thinking on the back of what Neeks has just said? Did we fall for the trap? Were we naive? Or did Big Sam just do what Big Sam does?
You know what? Yeah. I don't usually watch the pre-match stuff that they do, but I managed to get listen to it. They were focused. They had a whole segment dedicated to David De Gea, as if he was the reason why we lost the game against. Yeah, he was the sole reason why I lost the game against Everton.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt kind of right. I mean, obviously we don't concede in the first minute, but it felt kind of right for the centre backs to be the main culprit for the first goal. Like Lindelof, what are you doing? You can say it was a foul. But man, Lindelof for a minute. What are you gonna do?
Lincoln is Cam's biggest fan, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, it's because of Cam. Right?
Yeah, I don't like when they're just going on look who's in front of him, fam.
Yeah. So Cam is right. Let's be honest. We've all played some part of soccer, football, whatever. Guys, are you wanting your centre back to be as aggressive or to be as soft? Cam, what would you think? You're Lindelof right now. That's a poor goal to concede, or is it a foul?
It's both. It's embarrassing that he allowed it to happen because I've said it. I've always said Lindelof is soft. I called him Lindelof soft from time. And I'm not going to defend him for being soft in that moment. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I'm always very fair both ways. And I get it. In real time, when you slow it down, it's not bad. But he is back to the man and probably doesn't expect his face to get ripped. He probably just doesn't expect that to happen. If we're going to be honest, the guy literally had his whole hand on his face. So it was a foul. I don't want to talk about the rest because we should have created way more. So it shouldn't have been a problem. But it's both. He should be strong enough to rip the guy off of it.
The thing is, Cam, even before his hand goes on his face, he's already losing the battle.
Oh yeah, no,
You're already losing the battle.
I hear you.
I'm telling you.
I hear you. I completely hear you on that, and that's why I don't want to talk about the ref in that sense because I've been sick all weekend. I'm having a rough. I woke up this morning being like, you know what, I'm gonna wake up and I get to watch a 4-0 win. That's what I was expecting today. So to blame it solely, there's a few things that I have to say to blame. I watch a lot of sports, so I don't just watch footy like something. I watch a lot of sports. This is the only sport where literally a lot of the players get passes. Like nobody really is talking about them. Everyone is talking about the manager, and that is so frustrating to me. In every other sport, if a team played as bad as they played today, you'd be hearing about how bad the players are. All we're hearing about is Ollie, not the man for the job. That's the problem with today. That's what's really pissed me off, if I'm going to be honest. That's what bothers me today. Like, Lindelof was trash. Our front line was everybody was bad. Like, Greenwood dribbled completely through a whole defense, put the ball on a plate across the set. Nobody was there to put it in the net. Like, we were trash today. I'm upset.
Yeah, listen, Cam, you're upset. I think every Man United fan. Forget about the Ollie inners and Ollie outers. Listen, our football club never won a football match today. So, of course, we're going to be upset. We're going to think of some tighter way. Listen, shout out to Coldwater. Thank you for the super chat. Guys, get your super chats in. Get your opinion in on what you actually think Man United should have done better today. Martial needs to have Shaw's mentality. Shaw has improved tremendously after arrival of Terrace. Fight for the position. Martial tends to throw tantrums if there's competition for his spot. Centre-backs are horse do. Let's just say
horse manure.
Shout out to Jan in the cup. Looking like he's from Castaway Bits, looking stressed out. United effect. Shut up, Jan.
It's Valentine's Day. Women got us stressed out. That's what
they got us stressed. We're going to pass the Benji here. We've heard what Cam says. He was frustrated. He's been ill all week. You know, he had to do a few horse manures himself. We've heard Nick say, like, what did we expect? To expect Sam. Lincoln's came in that we've ruined his birthday. How was your Valentine's?
When I turn 20, I'm going to remember the 1-0 draw against West Brom where we could have won, but we didn't.
Just before we come to you, Benji, I'm just going to read out the super chat, guys. Keep getting your super chats in. My man Cam speaking the truth. Raptors will smash tonight and put a smile on your face. Hey,
big up to the Canadians watching
smash tonight, you know. But anyway, Benji, what do you think?
Can you hear me, by the way?
Yeah, perfectly.
Yeah, I agree with everybody. I think we're quite naive. When it comes to football, I think you have to obviously understand who you're playing against. There's a few managers in world football that Mourinho, Big Sam. These are the type of managers you want to get the first goal. You want to lay your mark on. When you don't lay your mark on, the longer the game goes, the more comfortable they become. So, for example, them getting their goal in the second minute was like dreamland to him. That's why when he saw the camera, he was smiling under the camera because he knew that Manchester United have to come. And what is because we have two DMs, because we're playing with two defensive midfielders, they literally sat 10 people behind the ball. And then what these type of teams do well is they'll kick the ball forward. The striker can hold off anybody in our backline. No matter who you put there, he can hold off anybody. Even if Bailly was there, Bailly would have struggled as well. Because that's what Big Sam's teams do. They always have that big striker that plays up front. He holds up the ball, and then they have runners going in behind. And then when you're committing everyone forward, it's very difficult to play against such a team. So the fact that we allowed them to score the second minute was our huge downfall for me personally.
Thank you for that, Benji. Look, guys, shout out to Fabulous Phoebe and Phoebestar for your contribution. Listen, it's disgusting about Martial getting race reviews. You know, look, this seems to be a thing now, isn't it? We will, myself and the panel will address that 100% because, as you can all see, we're all black, you know? So, of course, we're going to have to address that. And it's unfortunate we actually have to address this every day of our lives. Guys, okay, West Brom, we're done. Okay, we move. You know, we can't go back in time, unfortunately. Unfortunately, yeah. So, FA Cup, guys, you know, after today's result, I think we need to look at winning a trophy. We need to look at trying to bring some success. You know, we call Tottenham a bunch of losers because they don't win anything. So we need to keep the same energy for our crop of players, you know. we need to win something. We also need to also prove a lot of people wrong. Neeks, I'm going to come to you. The FA Cup, what does it mean to you, and what should it mean for Man United?
I've always loved the FA Cup. Growing up in England, we used to have a thing in school. It's called Wembley Knockouts, where you're playing in the playground. It's basically every man for himself. You might do teams depending on how much you got.
Single knockout, yeah.
Yeah, and it's Wembley Knockouts because you always think about getting to Wembley. So for me, as much as the FA Cup has decreased in value, and I understand why, it's generally financially. There's money in finishing or staying in the Premier League. There's money in the positions that you finish. There's money in the Champions League, etc. The FA Cup doesn't bring in enough revenue for the Premier League clubs to have a big concern over it. But for me, like when we didn't win the FA Cup from between 2004 to 2016, that was a long, painful 12 years for me. As much as we won Premier Leagues and we won Champions League, I was like, but I won an FA Cup. I won it. So why are we not winning the FA Cup anymore? And then when Van Gaal won it, I was like, all right, cool. We've won it now. Now we can still focus on the bigger trophies. This season, I never put the expectation on us to win a trophy, but I would love to win a trophy. When I say that, it means if we don't win it, I'm not going to say, oh, sell the whole club and sack the manager. But I think winning a trophy, it signals the progression that we're trying to make 100%. When we first won a trophy with the new crop of players, with the Rooney, Saha, Ronaldo, etc. in 2006, the Europa League. Yeah. It's not the Europa League, sorry, the League Cup. That sparked us, I believe, that team to go on and want more success. We won 3 Premier Leagues in a row. I think getting a trophy with this team and this manager is very important because what it will do is just lift the pressure. Lift the outside pressure that is definitely weighing heavy on this team about whether they can be successful, and the manager as well. So as far as the FA Cup goes, and I think because it's a single game knockout, it's not long, you're not traveling across Europe. I would like us to play our best team in the FA Cup as well as in the Premier League and go for it. If we, you aim for the win. If you don't do it in it. But I think we put our best team in there and go to win it.
So, guys, we're saying that Neeks is obviously saying that we've got to go for it. Wembley knockout. That's how much it means to him. Taking him back what the FA Cup used to mean. Man United, there's been so many different winners of the FA Cup, but I think for Ollie, we had a comment, Ollie's won nothing. I think for Ollie to cement something for himself and obviously illustrate the progression, like Neeks says, we've got to go and try and win it. Shout out to Cold Water for the contribution. Would you guys get Haaland next season or have Martial or as our main man? Cavani won't be here long. I love Fred, but my guy isn't a complete DM. Guys, I'm just going to put you on a different screen, okay? Would you go get Haaland next season or have Martial as a main man? You can only pick either of the two. Either of the two. Okay? This is
where's Indiana? Indiana.
Wait. Main man.
That's Indiana's burner account.
So, look, Lincoln, we're going to start with you. Man. Would you take Haaland or Martial?
Haaland all day, man. Haaland. Everyone would take Haaland, man. But Martial's your main man. No. No way. That's a main man.
Cam, Haaland or Martial?
I'm too realistic to answer this question.
Come on.
Haaland's not coming to United, people.
Benji.
I love it, but he's not coming. I can't do it. I can't put that out in the universe. We'll get Kane
Benji,
in 2 years.
What are you saying?
It's gonna sound silly, but I'll probably keep Martial.
What?
Wait, what? You know what is? No, you know what is? I'll explain a little bit. I mean, I'll prefer Haaland up front, but I feel like with Haaland coming to our team, the way we play football, we're not really suited towards his game. He lacks to get the ball behind a lot, and we play against a lot of low block teams. Against in Germany, especially, a lot of teams. I don't want to say this thing's so intimidating, but yeah, when in Germany, a lot of teams give you so much space on the ball, and I feel like with Haaland, if he comes to Manchester United, he plays against a low block team, I think he'll generally struggle. I'm not gonna
lie.
If
we had Haaland today, we would have scored when Greenwood put that ball across the face of the net. No, why? Because he would have been right there. You put it in the net. Do not tell me you'd rather Martial over Haaland.
That's what you think. That's what you think. I'm telling you. Think about it. Martial has touch in the box.
Martial has a conversion rate. Martial has a conversion rate of about 8% this season. So forget about whether we create this chance, that chance, or whatever. If he had, Haaland has a conversion rate of 50%. Now, of course, some of the chances he's getting are more clear cut because you get more space in Germany. But even if that percentage of Martial was 15% better, we wouldn't be where we are right now in terms of.
It's not like I'm saying like I wouldn't want Haaland in the club. I'm just saying the way we play football, I just can't see him settling in and enjoying the same stuff that he enjoys in Dortmund. So and the exact same thing will happen. I promise you.
I heard the same argument with people saying Pep probably wouldn't want Haaland because he doesn't like that kind of striker. Nope. You want that kind of striker in any team because he's just going to score goals. It doesn't matter. He's going to create the chances. Like, we create enough chances in front of the goal, in front of net for Cavani, for Rashford, for Martial, that if Haaland's on the end of those chances, he's scoring them.
But what did we create today?
Never coming to our squad. That's my only problem.
What did we create today?
I'm telling you that what we created only like 3 chances, but out of those 3 chances,
I didn't see Cavani have one shot today. Cavani was just doing link up, man. He's looking like pro club striker.
Okay. So obviously, we've disagreed to agree because we know Haaland's not coming.
Main man.
So we can agree that Haaland's not coming. Martial is not the main man. We move together, my guys. We move together. Yo, big up to another super chat, Simon Curry. Big up to yourself, man. Thanks for the contribution. All it needs 3 to 6 years to complete his rebuild, get us fighting again. We can't backtrack to the quick fix crap and give Ole time and us fans be patient and take the ups and downs. Listen,
6
Simon,
years is long, man. 6 years is long.
Do you know what I mean?
That's a long time.
Our family's got over 2 years of a rebuild, let alone 6.
Neat, your first one in there. Look, I mean, 3 to 6 years? In this generation, is it possible?
3 years, you should be challenging for a title. Now, I know he's not Klopp. I know he's not. But that's neither here nor there. Whether Solskjaer is good enough to do it, again, is neither here nor there. The Manchester United manager within 3 years should have this team challenging for a title. Of course, there's mitigating factors, transfers, etc. But last year we finished 3rd. Let's say this year we finished 2nd. Next year, which is his 3rd full year, you should be challenging for the title. 6 years, no way. 3 years, and if after 3 years I can't see that you've got this team good enough to challenge, then you have to get someone else who can.
Agreed.
I mean, everyone's statement there with does everyone agree with Nick's statement?
Agreed.
110%.
110%.
Benji wants it in 3 months. 3 to 6 months.
We all want success.
Guys, I'm just going to read out the super chat. Also, people in the comments, obviously we know, please state where you're watching from. Also, get your comments in about with your super chats on Man United, West Brom, the FA Cup. Who should win it? Are we going to win it? Are we going to go all the way? Test, big up to you, man. If you want Ole in, shows you if you want Ole in, it shows you love Ole more than the club because there are better managers out there. Unless you genuinely believe he's the best, then you're just deluded. I love the club first. Listen, yeah.
Wait. Did any of us say that Ole is the best?
No,
he's talking about the fan base in general.
The fan base itself. And look, we've got to thank iTest for the contribution. Thank you very much. And we need to delegate this, and we need to speak about it. Ole is not the best manager around right now. I think we're all agreed to that. I lie. However, he is our manager. This is how we have to move. We know what to expect. Sometimes in some games we don't, but with the players we do. Yes. Cam, I'm going to come to you on this one. With what iTest said, Ole in, Ole out, we're not going to debate anything like that. But if we love Ole, does that mean, we don't love the club?
Oh, so this fan base is wild, Joe. No, it doesn't mean you don't love the club. It means you back the manager that's in the seat. Plain and simple. When Jose was our manager, people don't know this because you don't have me on Facebook, but he was my Facebook cover profile holding up the flag, like the scarf. When Ole came in,
you had the poster of Jose Mourinho.
I had Jose Mourinho on my Facebook cover holding up the towel because he was our manager. He was our manager. So I'm saying,
Cameron has just admitted of having Jose Mourinho in a towel on his wall on Valentine's Day.
What I'm trying to say is if you back Ollie, you're backing your current manager. That's what you're doing. You're backing the guy who's in the seat, and the truth is, he's not doing the worst job out there. We are sitting in second. We're still in 2 cups. I've said this on Twitter. I will be insufferable if Ollie wins a trophy this year. Absolutely insufferable. Probably every other hour, I will tweet out something about the Ollie Irish because everybody's saying he can't win things. If he does win, puts him on the same levels as other managers. So at the end of the day, like backing your manager doesn't mean you don't back the club. It just means you're backing the guy in the seat, yo. Plain and simple. I'll back the next guy who comes in too. Ollie has 1 more year. If he doesn't win a trophy in 1 more year, then cool. On to the next guy. That's it. That's how I look at it. Like, I don't get this whole, it's got to be Ollie in or Ollie out. Just back your manager straight up. Like, it's easy.
Look, Cam saying back your manager, like on Valentine's Day, you back your girl in it. So simple, I hear that. But here to hear first, TFT exclusive. Cam from Canada, Canada's finest, had a poster of Jose Mourinho in a towel on his wall. We moved, guys. We moved. Simon Curry, thank you again. It took Ferguson 7 years to rebuild and win his first Premier League. Do you know what? Yeah, that's true. But Ferguson, compared to the managers these days, it's not even the same sentence. Is there a category?
Put at this. If we brought in a Pep or a Klopp, let's say, so they've all, God forbid, a Mourinho, they come with a backlog of success. Fergie wasn't just this man off the road, you know. Man had won back-to-back Scottish League titles, breaking up the duopoly of Celtic and Rangers, did it with Aberdeen, won a European Cup Winners' Cup, beating Real Madrid in the final with Aberdeen. Then he came to Manchester United. The Manchester United that he picked up was in a worse position then than the Manchester United now. Not that we're in a great position, but so the likes of Jose, the likes of LVG, the likes of Solskjaer have a Fergie just only 5, 6, 7 years ago. Fergie did not have a Fergie 5, 6, 7 years before him. So he had to really build on absolutely nothing. Now, I know the Glazers are ruining the club. I understand that. And there's comments in there, I think they've misinterpreted what I'm saying. Solskjaer, for me, as long as he gets top 4 this year, should get another season at least. Another season to show progress. If we don't progress next year and every year going forward, then you have to ask questions. And if we finish second this year and next year we're fighting for top 4, that tells me he's reached his ceiling. So my only thing is about progress. Did Fergie show progress within those 7 years before winning a league title? You would say yes. At times it got tricky, but then he won an FA Cup. And then 2 years later, he came second one season, then 10th the next, then second again, and then won a league title. He was showing progress throughout. That's what I want. Show progress, and your job is safe. When you regress, then you got questions to answer.
It's time to go, isn't it? It's time to go. Lincoln, on what Neeks just said, what's your thoughts on that?
To be honest, so when I'm a young United fan, not like you guys. When you want to
Lincoln, what are you trying to say? Not like you guys. Look,
no, I'm young. You guys are young.
Kind of looking like top shelf.
I'm getting ages. I rate the question bits.
So basically, what they were saying is that Simon Curry, thanks for the contribution. He said that Fergie didn't win a league title for the first 6, 7 years. And Neeks was saying, but Fergie was doing this in Scotland. He split the Old Firm. He won the European Cup with Aberdeen, you know? So he already had built a legacy in Scotland for himself anyway. So coming down to Manchester, where he built from, obviously, brick up, Ollie, is he going to have the same time?
To be honest, when you look at our managers in the past, ever since Fergie retired, Ollie is probably going to be on path to be the first manager of David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, and Jose Mourinho to actually have 3 years at the club. Mm-hmm. So and in his first full season, he finished third, and in his second full season, he's on target to finish his second. Yeah. So he's going to be here for the third season, and fans, they're just going to have to stomach a rebuild with a manager. I know Ollie isn't everyone's favorite cup of tea, and I think that's why some people aren't fully backing him.
Mhm.
But if you have to back the club, man. You just have to trust. Dare I say it? Trust the process. It's a haunted phrase, yeah. But trust the process, innit?
What's the process?
What's the process?
I'm no bridge with that.
Just for the record, ladies and gentlemen, Neeks is not 43 years old. Look at the
I'm
smile with the Soviet lights.
I am under 30.
There you go.
Follow me on social
Me
media.
too.
You know what
Oh,
I am
Look at
under.
that, look at that. Look at that. Listen, guys, listen. All under 30s. All under 30s.
Nah, I'm not. I got a friend.
Yo, moving on.
Wait till I cut my hair.
Segue, right? Check it. You know, obviously, I went a bit viral. I don't know, can I say that if it's viral? About Martial. I said we should sell him. And you hear Neeks laughing. A bit of a statement. Just before I go on to that, thank you for the super chat contribution. Yasir Saeed. Sir Alex Ferguson got schooled twice in a Champions League final to Pep. Is Pep a better manager than Sir Alex Ferguson, or did he have a better team, or squad isn't good enough? Simple, Ollie in. Okay, before we segue on, obviously we need to address this. I think, Benji, I just heard you sigh there. I'll let you entertain this.
first of all, that's two of the greatest Barcelona teams you've ever seen, or two of the greatest football teams you've ever seen in the history of football. So, I think even in some of the finals, even got lucky. But it doesn't mean that Pep's a better manager than Sir Alex. Like, cup finals don't really determine how, in a sense, how good you are as a manager. Sometimes, because sometimes cup final can be a lot of luck. Like, for example, 1999, it wasn't tactical reasons why we won the Champions League. It was a lot of luck. By the way, we got through.
It was the best. It was tactical masterclass.
Tactical.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think Bob, just because obviously I'm a huge Ollie out, and it's quite obvious. But I think people also need to understand that I'm quite realistic when it comes to being Ollie in, Ollie out, Ollie shake it all about, whatever. But I just think people need to also understand that, look, at the moment, like I go back and forth with Neeks and Danny in the group chat every morning. I'm sure tomorrow morning some other girls will come up. But they also have to understand, at the moment there's no manager out there that we can go and take that can actually that can actually come in and actually do a job at the club. A lot of people talk about Allegri, Simeone, all these people, but why do you just said that you don't want Mourinho, but why do you want another defensive manager to come in? I think at the moment we just have to understand and look, just trust what's going on. As much as I don't like it, trust what's going on for now, and then we'll see what happens at the end of the season. I think people are too quick to jump on this high horse and say that, Ollie's not good enough, Ollie's this, Ollie's that. But sometimes it can be true, but at the same time, you also have to understand that Manchester United as a club have not been good enough for a very, very long time. And he is progressing in a certain way, shape, or form, as Nick said. My only issue with Ollie is that the Champions League, the Champions League group stages, we got knocked out too early. The League Cup, we did all right, to be fair. I want to see us go forward in some of the cup competitions as well. Because as a Manchester United manager, you are judged on all four competitions. And I still do feel like Sir Alex Ferguson, as a manager as well, he didn't deliver enough Champions League success for me in the time he was even there at the club. So these are the type of things that we're looking at. That's why when people say Ollie out, and then I ask you what manager you want, it's like they say Nagelsmann, but they don't have BT Sports, so they never see Nagelsmann coach. You know what I'm trying to say? Or they say they want this person, but they don't watch. You know what I mean? They don't watch these guys play. They just follow everybody. Like, if I was you, take your time, go do your research, and actually see who you want to come in and take over the club instead.
Can I just make a point?
Can I say one thing? Sorry.
Just before you come in. We are traditionally judged on 3 cup competitions. It's only Jose and Pep who take the League Cup seriously.
There you go.
I'm not going to touch that, but can I speak on the whole? You're talking about the trophies we need to win, and I agree. We do need. I said it that I actually think Ollie needs to win a trophy this year. Needs to get to the final. I think he's got to win. But I'm different in the trophy. I think we need to win. and this is the honest truth. And if Jan's watching, she's gonna love this. But I don't think we can win the FA Cup so long as City's in it. And when people call us bottlers for losing to City in a semi-final, it's like, which one is it? Is City not the best team in the league by a mile? Is Pep not the best manager? Why are we expected to beat them? We're not going to win the FA Cup because City's in it. Plain and simple. Like, I hate to say it. I hate to be realistic. That team, unless somebody else knocks them out or we get lucky, we're not good enough to beat them right now.
I disagree.
So we have to go after the Europa League. That's it.
Why do you disagree?
I disagree because one of the only good things that one of the few good things that Ollie's done is that one of the good things that Ollie has done, he actually has beaten Pep quite a lot of time. And the way that Pep Guardiola plays with the amount of space he needs for the team, maybe he's improved it now with the defense. He will allow us more time on the ball in terms of the Rashfords, the Dan James, all these type of players that come on the counter attack to actually deliver a better football match. But when people sit back, we don't play well.
But Benji, I think when we beat City, and this isn't to take away from Ollie because the game plan was right. The game plan was right, but those were sucker punches. Some of those games, like, we got to be honest, those were sucker punches. City absolutely played us out of the park in one of the games we won. I remember it was bad. Like, we were getting moved left, right, center, all around it. We were just played off the park. We still won the game. Sucker punches. The truth be told, dog, like, in their current form, the way they are playing right now, we are not good enough to beat that side. The way Pep has them singing, we can't beat them. So I'm tired. I'm realistic. I'm not trying to put that expectation on Ollie saying, Ollie, go out there and beat Pep Guardiola, the best manager of the modern era. That is stupid. That is where our fans get themselves in a little bit of a tied-up situation. Now, Europa League, if we're going to be honest, Europa League, we should demolish the Europa League. We're better than all the teams.
Europe's way harder to win than the FA Cup, though. Way harder.
But see the thing, I disagree because I get it. You're saying the travel, you're saying, because we have to travel back and forth, long, whatever. The teams in the Europa League are, in my opinion, not as good as Manchester United. So we should be beating those teams. There's only one team in the English Premier League that's better than us, in my opinion, and they sit above us, is City. So for us to say we should win a cup above them, that's naive. Now go and get the Europa League. That's what we need to do. Plain and simple.
But in the Europa League, you also have to understand that the Europa League is two legs as well. So, for example, we're going to go play Real Sociedad, and obviously people are going to get arrested and whatnot. Sociedad can easily kick us out. I don't know if Inter Milan.
They should.
I don't know if
we lose to Sociedad, then yes, I'm coming down on all.
Europa League as well. Arteta's in the Europa League. Leicester's in the Europa League. A lot of these two-legged ties are they're going to be quite difficult for us, bro.
Are we scared of Arsenal and Leicester now? Come on.
It's not about being scared. It's not about being scared. Over
talking about the competition, isn't it?
I don't care.
A lot of stuff can happen.
I ain't scared
obviously,
of them.
Obviously.
Ollie's never beaten Arteta, so you have to be scared of them.
We're not scared of anyone. We ain't Arsenal. We ain't Banter FC.
Yeah, but Ollie's never beaten Arteta, bro.
That's not us.
Man's scared of Arsenal, fam.
Shout out to Jamal Roberts. 6 points above an LFC team with 11 injuries default. Listen, mate, I'm just gonna shut that real quick. Yeah. So what? Who cares, mate? We're above you.
That's probably the worst. That's probably the worst form of using that FC pun, like what deluded FC or something that I've ever seen. Like
greatest team ever. You man was supposed to win a quadruple in that. I beg.
You're supposed to be the best team in Premier League history in the universe or something, whatever.
Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? Yo, listen. Anyway, talking about injuries, players, and whatever. I've saying about Martial, about we should sell him and stuff. Now, the panel today, who's our best left winger and why? Coming to you, next, real quickly.
Our best left winger is Marcus Rashford. Ironically, today, his best performances or his best attacks creatively were actually from the right, where he started. When he went on the left, he performed very well. But, I mean, Marcus Rashford has risen to the position that he is in terms of the Man United squad, in terms of his recognition across world football, whatever you think that position is, he's risen there from the left wing position. Him and Bruno have been our most effective attackers this year. You keep him on the left. Stop moving him around. You don't move Bruno into defensive midfield or striker, do you? Put him in there.
You don't. Lincoln, best left winger and why?
It's got to be Rashford, man. It's got to be Rashford. I mean, I'll echo what Nick's is saying. The way Rashford has developed over the past 12 months on the Ollie, man, is really phenomenal from a goal scoring standpoint and an assistant standpoint. The way I'll just reference you guys to the pass that I made for Greenwood from the left wing in the FA Cup against Liverpool. I mean, that's what I can say about Rashford, to be honest.
Thank you very much for that. Shout out to Fabulous Phoebe and Phoebestar, second contribution tonight. Guys, get it in. Get your super chats in. Who's the best left winger we have at Man United right now? Congrats on winning the January PL. # all in. Who do you support? Fabulous Phoebe. And how did Friends get on? How did you get on Friends? Yeah. Benji, we're coming to you. Best left winger, then we're going to go to Cam on this. Best left winger and why? Don't say Daniel James.
Well, I'll answer for myself, and obviously I'm sure Cam will say the same thing. Rashford, only because of the numbers and what he does bring to our team. I think he's probably our second most important player in our team, actually. But he's very frustrating to watch, but he is our second most important player in our team. Mm-hmm. I think without Rashford, I even feel like if Rashford's not in the team, I feel like in a sense he could even be a bigger miss than Bruno. It's a bit controversial, but him on the left with his pace, his directness, and what he actually brings to us, he's improved. Like Lincoln said, he has actually improved, but he could be so much better. That's the most frustrating thing. He can actually be. This guy could be frightening. And obviously, last week Cam said something about he's the second best young player in the world. Well, I went back to think about it. I actually thought the guy can actually be a frightening talent, but I don't know what is actually holding him back, because he's got 10 goals, 10 assists, or whatever. But he could have doubled that easily. But you know,
I think with Rashford is that his output is there, but then it's like the way they approaches the game today. I mean, like I know a certain United fan that will be frustrated about how Marcus Rashford was playing today against West Bromwich Albion. But people will be getting. I understand. I get how people will get frustrated with how Marcus Rashford is playing. But when you look at the numbers, you know that it's improving. But yes, his build-up play could improve.
Cam, just to get you conclude on this one, I think it's going to be a full house. But yeah.
I'm not even sure Marcus Rashford's a left winger. He's definitely our best on the left, but Marcus Rashford reminds me of like Dybala, Griezmann in those times, those players who play across the front line can go back, can play across the entire front line, right? Yeah, but if I'm be honest, yes, our best left winger is the second best young player in the world, Marcus Rashford, Mr. MB, Sir Marcus Rashford. But that's the answer.
I don't think they heard you. Say it again, Mr. Who?
The second best young player in the world is our best left winger. It's Marcus Rashford. He should be playing there. It's unfortunate that we don't have a right winger, and Ollie's trying to compensate. He needs to stop.
You've heard that exclusively from the TFT, Canada's finest. Okay. Segueing on, right, guys. I love to say segue, I know, but we move. The Super Bowl, the Glazers, they won a trophy before they won a trophy with us. And Ollie, Neeks, the Glazers and the Super Bowl. I mean, I watched it. Brady again. The Man United link to this is the owners. They were seen on the pitch, lifting up the trophy aloft, showing up the armpits with the trophy. What does that mean for... What does it mean for Man United with the Glazers winning the Super Bowl?
Honestly, I mean, I don't think it means anything. It might actually get worse. I don't really watch American sports like that. I haven't watched the Super Bowl in years, actually. And I saw them lifting this trophy. And I'm like, if this was the Premier League or the Champions League, they wouldn't be anywhere near. Like, they don't even travel to our games anyway. But if they were around, like Abramovich is at times, they're still in the stands. They're not lifting the trophy down with the players, etc., whatever it might be. They want self-gratification. So they're going to pump all this money. And granted, they're American, cool. But they're going to be pumping their money into the American sport, the NFL, the Tampa Bay. Because when they do win, they're the front and center. They are Joe Glazer lifting the trophy. They're front and center. Why are we? And I'm not. It's not a dig at you, but why are we talking about the Glazers winning? Like that doesn't happen in football. You never speak about the owners winning the trophy.
KJ, right?
Now,
listen. Why? That was the worst thing ever.
Man said the glass broke stone cold. Fuck you on nowhere. Coming to beat up the Glazers.
KJ, he come like you know, and you say Voldemort's name, and it triggers something. Literally, I said the Glazers. Bits and Bob said Glazers, and KJ just heard it from nowhere.
When the glass breaks, you know.
Look, Bob.
Stone cold KJ, you know.
No, but I think the self-gratification. The self-gratification of the owners, man. They ain't
Them
gonna
pagans, bro. Listen, me seeing them lift that Super Bowl made me feel sick. On my birthday as well. My fucking birthday, bro. Are you telling me, yeah? Them pagans won the Super Bowl before we got 21. Us, the best franchise, the best sporting team that they own. We get the Super Bowl before. Listen, it was sickening. Seeing them man smiling, seeing them man all shining and glistening. Yeah, Joe Glazer, you look like plastic, fam. Listen. Seeing him lift that Super Bowl trophy made me feel ill. Then I saw fans. Oh, they've won the Super Bowl and now they're going to invest in United. No, they're not. Let it go, bro. They don't care about us. These pagans don't care about us. Then get no delusion. Get the delusion out your head about them man are coming to come and spend money now. They've won the Super Bowl. That ain't happening. These pagans need to get out of our club because they're the reason why we're in this mess. Ollie, yes, he's got blame. Players, yes, they've got blame. Mourinho, Van Gaal, Moyes, all them man got blame. But who constantly hires these men? Who are the ones who let Woodward still run this football club? It's them, bro. It is them pagans right there. So seriously, them seeing them happy, I was vexed. I'm not gonna lie, I was vexed seeing him smile with that Super Bowl. I wish he dropped it on the floor and broke it. Now listen, I wish these men get out of our club. I wish these men get out of our club. Or if you're not going to get out of our club, cut out well out to do one. Go back to the manager's office, the money office. Stay there and make money. Get real people to make football decisions makers the best. Listen, them pagans need to get got. I won't stop. Win, lose, draw. Glazers out. Woodward out. Them man are pagans. Woodward is a beanhead. That's what I come to say. Screw them.
Shout out. He's left. Yo, hold tight.
Funny,
8 kg for coming on, man. Big love to you. Shout out to Soccer Mex for the super chat. Second best, my God. So is he better than Alfonso, Sancho, Haaland, João Felix, Mbappe? As I'm reading this, guy, do you even watch football outside the Premier League?
Yo, second best. So you including Mbappe there just means you can't listen. He is better than Alphonso Davies. I'm Canadian, so I love Alphonso Davies. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I gas Alphonso Davies more than probably anybody in here. Watched a lot of Bundesliga because I was off during the pandemic, and that's all we had. I don't know if do you have BT Sports? Do you pay for it? I didn't have to pay for it. Sancho is a great talent, but Rashford's clear at this moment. Sorry. In Holland, it's close, but what's Holland done to put him in front of Rashford? Rashford's won multiple trophies. He's playing in a better league. His outputs are all like basically as good. Like, yes, his conversion rate's not as good, but he's not a striker. They play completely different positions. So bun that. Yes, Rashford is the second best young player in the world. Mbappe's better. Cool, I've said it. Like, get out of here. I even watch the game outside of the Premier League.
It is what it is,
bro. Tired right now.
Shout out to Eddie Matumu. Being stateside, the Glazers are more cutthroat. Win their American football team with their American football team, the MUFC. Tom Brady for captain of the Bucks. Maguire captains. Yeah, it's a big contrast. We know. Thanks for your contribution. You know, we know we have Harry as captain. As useless as a chocolate mug. What can you do? But we move. Thanks for the contribution, though. Next super chat. Just trying to find it. Thank you so much for your contribution, guys. Baz 1, Father KJ, your sermon has cleansed me. Listen, I mean, yo, shout out to KJ for coming through, man. Like, it was like the Royal Rumble, innit? Number 30. Boom, Stone Cold KJ.
I know where.
Out of nowhere. Guys, look, obviously with the Super Bowl, Benji, same question. We've heard Neeks, we heard KJ, obviously. What does the Super Bowl mean for Man United?
I don't know. I don't watch the Super Bowl, but I think people also have to understand that they have actually put a lot of money into the club. As silly as it sounds, they have put a lot of money into the club, but it's just been spent in the wrong areas. And the funniest thing is, I'm sure they're probably sitting at home thinking, why are these guys always trying to get onto me? Like, I've given you Pogba, I've given you Zlatan, I've given you all of these people, but nothing's been done with it.
The club. What else you want from me, fam?
It's like, do you know what it's like? Yeah? It's like, you know when your mom sends you to the shop, to get like, obviously I like food, to get like jollof rice and materials and that. And then instead of getting like plum tomatoes, you go and get like the real tomatoes. They pump money in, but you can't expect a proper meal out of it if you're not buying the right ingredients. And that's the problem with Manchester United. We're not buying the right ingredients. We're buying too much rice, not enough plum tomatoes. That's the biggest problem. It's not balanced. It's not balanced all around the team.
Man got rice. Man got pasta and pounded yam. No meat. Just
no meat, bro. No meat. That's all it is. Literally, that's from front to back. Like, literally, that's the saddest thing about it, man.
Yo, Cam, before I come to you to conclude the Super Bowl, you see Saeed, thanks for the contribution. Listen, guys, you want to engage in the conversation, chuck in the super chat. You know what we do at TFT. We'll get it read, and also we'll get everyone. Here he is, guys and girls. Number 30 of the Royal Rumble, Mr. Elite KJ.
Wait. Did I just say, Benji say they've put a lot into the club? Is this guy joking?
KJ, before you go in.
I said they spent money.
Yasir Saeed can't have Glazers sack Ole. Ole must be successful in any means necessary. Let's buy the refs. They are crap anyways. No. Listen, thank you for your contribution. KJ, Benji, take the floor.
Yeah. Can I please clarify what you said, please? When you said they put into the club, what did you mean by that, my brother?
You know what's funny? He's probably prepared for midnight advice as we speak as well. But what I said is that they put money in, but they put it in the wrong place. In terms of the signings and what they spent since Fergie's retired, I think it's around about £1 billion. It's not been invested right, and there's a lot of mistakes that they have made in the club, which is fair enough. But I feel like they have put a little bit of change into the club.
No. Benji, what's your wording? They have put nothing into this club. We earn that money.
They put £1 billion.
No, they have not. We have put £1 billion in because we earned it as Manchester United Football Club. Let's not get it twisted. Them man ain't putting none of their peas into this club. We are doing that. Tell me how they're putting money in when they didn't even use their own money to buy us, bro. They used Man United to buy Man United. How does that even make sense?
Yeah, but you also have to understand that, obviously, if the amount of revenue that they make, then...
How does that make sense? They use United as leverage to buy United.
Yeah, but the amount...
Listen, imagine this, yeah? You go to the shop, yeah? You go to, like, what them cash exchange where you can buy things beforehand and pay in installments, yeah? You go over there, you want to buy a laptop. You say to them, I won't put my house on it. I won't put my car keys. I won't do that. That laptop right there that I'm trying to buy, that's my leverage to buy that laptop. Tell me how that makes sense.
No, it doesn't make sense, but you have to also understand that in terms of like the money, they're the ones that also sign off the money as well. Okay. So they have allowed us to spend a bit of money.
Hold up. KJ, let me bring this home because I actually watch the NFL. The Glazers are trash sports owners in general. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers were on one of the longest droughts in NFL history of making the playoffs before they went out and got Tom Brady, who actually chose to go there because it's nice and warm. The man was tired of the cold in New England. He had any pick a team he wanted to go to. They had some good receivers. He was like, you know what? I'm going to go play there. And because Brady is like the Ronaldo and the Messi of football, he could just make any team win a Super Bowl.
I know that.
Then I'm going to say this about the Glazers. They haven't won a Super Bowl since 2002. So, Benji, dog, the Glazers are a bad ownership group. They're just not good. What they do is they use teams to build their own pockets. That's what they are. Their sports teams are ways to build revenue, and they're taking money out of United. They can't do the same with Tampa Bay because the sport's different. You can't just pay for things in the NFL. There's a salary cap. So they can't put themselves in a worse situation. They're capped out. And for a long time, they stayed way under the cap. So the Glazers are trash. They didn't put any money in us. They're pulling money out of our club. They didn't
pulling money out. They've pulled out as much as they've allowed us to spend. You know how ridiculous that is? They've pulled out the same amount of money they've allowed us to spend of our own money.
Man, it's madness.
It's absolutely ridiculous. And this is why I can't see no place have done this. No. Imagine you Man United with an extra billion. With one extra billion, bro.
But you know what? As I've said in the past, like for me, when I talk about how bad the Glazers are running the club, I ain't even talking about money. Because obviously taking out money at the club is a problem because it's not even about, oh, we could have bought this player, that player, X, Y. That money could have been reinvested into the club in other ways. Look at Man City's owners who get so much, and I know Yannika's in the chat, so she like me saying this, but they get so much stick from the media because of where they come from in terms of their origin and the things that happen in their countries, whether we agree with it or not, whatever it might be. And they get so much stick. But the reality is when they came to Manchester, they spent so much money on the infrastructure of Man City, the area around Manchester in terms of the businesses, etc. The same thing that the Leicester owner done, RIP to him, I can't remember his name now. Visha, I think it's Visha.
Yeah, Visha.
They spent so much money in the community to actually build up the city. The Glazers have come as leeches for the club with no interest. But even outside of the billion that they took out, if you say, cool, I'm taking my billion, you keep $1 billion, but we're going to put the correct structures inside the club to make sure you can make that $1 billion that I've allowed you to have to keep run efficiently, then we might even be better forward. But they're just like, we're taking half and you can run yourself how you want. You're a mess. We'll just leave you in a mess. It's like giving if you give £1 million to a child, they will blow it. They'll probably burn it, lose it, eat it. They don't know what to do with it. We've got incompetence running through the club. They don't know what to do with the money.
Now listen, and even on top of that, we've got our own stadium has got holes in the roof. Tell me if they fixed it. We call it Old Trafford. How can be a fortress when the rain is getting in, bro? What kind of fortress is that? No wonder people can take whatever they want, bro. I haven't even fixed up the stadium yet. How is Old Trafford not one of the best stadium in the country? Used to be the best country in the stadium. Now look, we let them losers Spurs build a better stadium than our gaff. Where's the modernization? Where's the infrastructure in the club? The academy. For years, it was run disgustingly, terribly. And now it's only just now you start to see little bits, but it still needs more work. These men are letting us run ourselves to the ground because they let their wallad on their leash, known as man like Woodward, do whatever he wants. He makes money. He can be making money on the side. He can be making money while we're winning things when he's not in charge of our football club.
Yeah.
So Benji, I understand what you're trying to say, but no, bruv, that's it.
No, but that's the thing. That's the thing, though.
Benji, I'll let you conclude this.
Yeah, I'll conclude. You're the chairman of you don't like Woodward and whatever. I'm vice chairman. I don't like them too, but I just think like there's just certain times when it's just. Yeah, I just think certain times they have actually kind of helped us a little bit. Not as much as people think it is, but they have actually put a bit of money into our club.
KJ, save it for midnight, man. KJ, don't say nothing.
When I went to Old Trafford, I did see a border around Old Trafford, so I don't know what's happening there.
KJ.
I was there 2 months ago.
The little that they do for our football club is in the drop of the ocean. Just a drop in the ocean. I cannot celebrate or give them any praise for doing not even the bare minimum, for doing a drop in the ocean like it rained. Well, I'm supposed to clap when it rains.
It's like giving applauding parents.
I actually believe the father cared.
It's like applauding parents for taking care of their kid.
You're
supposed to take care of your kid. You're supposed to feed them and clothe them.
Basically, what the Glazers are doing is basically equivalent of when a parent doesn't look after their kids, starves them, but that one time a month they gave them one chip. Well done for giving your kid one chip when they're starving, bro. That's what they're doing. No, bro. No, I'm sorry, Benji. Them pagans don't deserve nothing from
I actually believe Malcolm cared. I believe it's just unfortunate.
Malcolm X.
I think he wanted to win.
About Malcolm.
Black
Pano,
History Month,
Mando,
that.
listen. That segment was brilliant. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I need to peace out again, man. Why you say that name for the G word, bro? I'm out for myself, and I have to curb that, and then Benji go and make it even worse. You know what, people? I also Alfie. I see you, agent.
Oh,
bro. I
Alfie.
see you on the reaction.
I
bro.
gave him the smoke.
You agent fam, you Glazer simp, bro. Yeah, I'm confident.
Yo,
big Glazers, and this guy shows up like
Fam.
listen, we might make it a hat trick. Listen, talking about the Glazers and money, we have a defender that cost 85 million. And we have a guy that cost 85 million, because for me to call you a defender, you have to be able to defend. So I'm going to call him Harry. I have to, guys, because on what I'm watching, I'm going to come to Neeks for this, right? Neeks, I'm not even going to ask you who's the best centre back, because I think we all know who it is, right? Come the summer, okay? There's two positions I think we need to address. Is centre back one of them?
I think centre back's a priority. I think centre back is a priority, and
Why is it a priority?
Well, as the weeks go by, like at the start of the season, it wasn't. Start of the season, I was right wing.
Yeah.
And then as it goes on, you're like, oh, maybe it's
Like,
a
you
bit
seen
more
the same
defensive.
mistakes.
Yeah, it's like maybe a bit more defensive issues, or maybe a defensive midfielder. And then as more and more happens, you're like, oh, maybe it's a bit deeper back. I'm not going as far as the goalkeeper. That's cool. But allow me, Lincoln. Thank you. But I'll stop at the defense. The centre-back pairing are making the same mistakes over and over again. And you know what? I'm not going to call them mistakes. It's not about mistakes. They're showing the same limitations. I don't blame Lindelof for today. That is Lindelof. He can't do anything about it because that is him. When Dominic Calvert-Lewin beats Maguire for pace, and Maguire did all right to shield him, to stop him getting a shot away. Obviously, De Gea should have done better. But I'm not going to blame him for not having the pace. He doesn't have the pace. The limitations are showing more and more and more as the weeks go by. They say attack wins you games, defense wins you titles. We ain't winning no title with these two at centre back. We see the difference when we have a Bailly and a Maguire, and we see that over 90 minutes, and we're like, if we could get that for 38 games, where could we get to? But unfortunately, Bailly can't stay for 38 games. We need, let's say a Bailly-esque centre-back, hopefully better, but a Bailly-esque centre-back for 38 Premier League games in a season. It's a priority.
It's a priority. It's a priority, guys. It's a priority. Jason, now, thanks for the super chat. Guys, comments, get your super chats in. What is the two positions that Man United should prioritise right now? We've had Nick say centre-back is definitely a priority. Maybe we need to get two centre-backs. Jason, now, think Harry needs some advice and training from Roy Keane. Listen, he might not have a career after he speaks to Roy Keane personally, but Cam, two positions we need to prioritise. Centre-back, as Nick said, centre-back is a priority.
You know what?
Should we be getting two?
A week ago, I was saying right wing.
Well, a week ago,
I was saying center. I was saying a defensive midfielder and a right winger. Now, the truth is, and this is what kills me. We do need a center back desperately. I wouldn't say it's the priority. I still say the priority is right wing, but we absolutely have to get a center back in as well. The problem is we know we're only going to get two players of proper quality. We know it. Like, we can't. The Glazers have shown us nothing else other than the fact that we're going to get two. We're going to get two players in. So we got to go after the center back, and we can't miss. We're not City. We don't get 5-6 chances here. We have to get the right center back in, and then right wing is the other position that I would say we need. And it's unfortunate because I do believe we need a defensive midfielder as well, but we're not going to be able to afford the right defensive midfielder, the right center back, and the right winger, who we all know who that right winger is.
Can I ask you, Cam? Because you see, in terms of whether we're going to spend or not, Are those two positions that we could get, so right wing and centre back, is that by selling Pogba? Because
No.
okay, that means so if you were to sell Pogba, which may happen, surely then that will free up money for the defensive midfielder that we also need.
Okay, if we sell Paul Pogba, we're in trouble. And
We need 4 players.
I've already said it multiple times. Like, I'm not one of those people who
Guys,
think
we're trying to solve our problems, not create more.
like if we, I don't even want to think about that. I've said this multiple times, and I'm gonna say it again. I would rather Pogba walk for free than I sell Paul Pogba next year. We need Paul Pogba to mount any sort of challenge next year. Plain and simple.
Agree.
And if we are going to get rid of Paul Pogba, we have to then buy Jack Grealish. Yeah. Like, that's the only player who could come in and replace him. So I don't even want to talk about that. I'm saying the right winger, and I'll say this, and I'm going to say this. If we do not get Jadon Sancho, if we cannot get Sancho, then you get a defensive midfielder and you get a center back. But if no other right winger, I don't want any other right winger. We are whoever we play out on the right is as good as anybody you're going to bring in if his name is not Jadon Sancho. So don't waste time there if it's not him. So I'm saying I'm with Uniques. It hurts me now to say that because I didn't want to spend that much money on center back, but we got to go spend money on Koundé or one of those guys, and it's going to cost us a lot.
Can we talk about Koundé? I haven't actually seen him play.
I mean,
so I can't even comment. What I do know is that he's 5'8". Is that a problem in the Premier League?
Well, I mean, do you know what? Fabio Cannavaro was what, 5'9"?
Yeah,
and he won the World Cup, and he also won a Ballon d'Or.
Centre backs of all time. So unless Koundé is that good,
that's what I was just going to get to. Now, if he is half as good as Cannavaro, let's sit down and have a chat. But I ain't never seen the guy play, so I can't even, give you 2 cents on it. Lincoln, centre back priority. Is there any other position you think we should address?
Yeah. So first of all, I want to address what Bits was just saying about we're trying to solve problems, not create more problems. That's why we shouldn't be focusing on selling our goalkeeper. What? Because he made a few mistakes. Yeah. Anyways, centre back. Yes, we need
this guy loves the gay
fam. I'm a leader of the GK Union, fam. I have to big up the goalkeepers, in it, man. Like the loneliest position. Anyways, I'm going off track. Centre back. We need a centre back to go with to line up with Maguire or to line up with Lindelof or Bailly or whatever.
No, not line up Lindelof. Not line up.
I'll just test you if I'm there. It's line up with Maguire, definitely. We need a pacey centre back to complement Maguire's limitations. What we'll do is a DM more of a priority than a right winger. I would say yes. Okay. If we look at our midfield options right now, the only out DM right now is Matic, and Matic is not going to be starting week in week out for you. So we need to go and get a DM, whether it's going to be Rice or whether it's going to be another guy or Kimmich. I don't know. We need to get a DM because Matic's legs are going. He's still a good DM. Let me.
They're gone.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Benji, I've left you last on purpose.
That's good manager.
Two positions. We've said centre back. We've heard from Neeks, Cam, and Lincoln. What are you saying to it? We even heard that David De Gea might have to be replaced. What's your 2 cents on it?
Well, I think we need to spend a bit of money on the head coach. No, I'm joking. I think in terms of the team, centre back is a priority. I can't be dealing with these centre back. I don't know why this thing is. You have to actually look at the history of our centre back since 2013, and we just had injury-prone centre backs in 2013, year in, year out. The only centre back that wasn't injured was Daley Blind. We've had Smalling, we've had Rojo, we've had Jones, we've had Bailly, we've had Lindelof, we've had Maguire, and none of them have actually really stood out and been like, yeah, no, they're the place. And I need a right winger. I need someone that can come into my club and make me get excited and get me off my feet. And like I was saying last week, Manchester United were all about the flair, the step overs, the movement, and all that other stuff.
So if
Jadon Sancho comes into that club, allows Marcus Rashford and whoever to hug the touchline, and you'd even see a better version of Marcus Rashford. What happens at the moment is that teams normally put their best like DM/ball winner on Marcus Rashford's side. So whenever they play, they always gravitate towards.
He was getting
their
doubled
right-hand
up today.
side.
He was getting doubled
Exactly.
up. Sometimes 3 players around him.
Yeah.
Exactly. So if you add Sancho, or even I'm a big fan of Leon Bailey. But if you have a winger that can stay on the right hand side that can cause havoc as well, the front three will be better. That even gives more space to even the the strikers, and also it'll give more space to the box midfielders to run up with the ball. Because you see a lot of the times when Bruno gets the ball, no one bothers to make runs into the boxes because they know they're not really going to get it like that. So if you have a winger like Sancho that's going to get up and put his ball in the box, I think you will see more goals from McTominay, more goals from Pogba, more goals from Bruno Fernandes as well. So we definitely need a centre back and right winger. DM, we can wing it for another season if it means we can only improve on 2 positions. I believe personally.
I think everyone can see that Benji obviously is wasted in what his day job is. Listen, Ollie, if you need analysis, you know what pasta.
Benji will perform a coup d'etat. What are you talking about? Get Ollie out. Get his own, man.
Look, Ollie, I don't ask so much. Maybe just 50 grand a week is all right. I don't ask so much.
Yo. Oh, listen, man, the way we're laughing, yeah. Oh, I've got to bring us back to reality. Thursday night football, guys. What is going on?
End the show.
And the way we are playing right now, guys, like, I mean, is that our level? I mean, Europa League, Real Sociedad away. David, what's the guy's name? Silva. That's his name. They seem to be doing all right there. In the comments, who should we be looking at to be playing, or should we be rotating? The panel is looking like top shelf Galaxy on Valentine's Day. Listen, Neeks, I'm gonna come to you first, okay, Mr. Top Shelf. Europa League, man. Like, what are we doing there? Like Man United, Europa League, Thursday night football. We should be bloody playing the Power League or something. What's going on, man?
Unfortunately, we've been here too many times in the last 10 years. No shade, I would never, ever disrespect Sir Alex Ferguson. But it started under him. 2012, we got knocked out of the group stage. Us and Man City ended up in the Europa League, got knocked out. I think we got knocked out to Bilbao. I think he didn't get knocked out to Porto, I think it was something like that. And we ended up fighting out for the title. Under LVG, we've been in the Europa League. Under Jose, of course, we won the Europa League. And last season under Solskjaer, we were in the Europa League. So unfortunately, this isn't new territory for us, but it's not where we want to be. We finished in the Champions League last year. We knew it was a tough group, so there was a chance of us being there. But the way we started the group, we should never ended up here. However, I'm going to disagree with something that Cam said earlier in terms of this being the trophy that we should go for. If we can get to a semi-final with our second team, then cool. All day, I'll take it. Big up yourself, who knows? I'll take it. But I will not be playing our best team in the Europa League in search of a trophy whilst we're still having to win games to secure top 4. I think it's easier to play our best team in the FA Cup and Premier League and go for that trophy, as hard as it might be to get past a Man City, than it would be to play our best team on a Thursday and a Sunday, week in, week out. Something's gonna fail. Something is, and I fear that the Premier League will suffer.
So like,
but
do you know what?
Win Europa, we get into the Champions League anyway.
Yeah, okay, but okay, as it stands, you tell me, as the season is,
he's thinking about the progression.
No, would you rather finish 6th this season and win the Europa League, or guarantee top 2 finish? So second, let's say second, forget top 2, second place, 76 points. 10 points more than last year, or 6th place and the Europa League.
6 points for the trophy, baby.
No.
Trophy. You get Champions League anyway.
See, this is the thing. You can't win, and Ollie can't win no matter what happens in that situation, and that's the tough part, right? Because everybody's saying he's got to win a trophy. And then everybody is saying no manager has got us into the Champions League through top 4 back-to-back, and Ollie's about to do it. But people are going to say, so what? So now you're a top 4 side.
Forget people. What do you want?
Me personally,
Yeah.
I would love to win a trophy. And winning the Europa League is, at the end of the day, I had fun when we won it. It was cool. Like, I get it. Like, it's Thursday night football, but I liked watching Pogba dab on the field. I liked watching Zlatan and Bailly on their little crutches. It was a fun trophy to win.
You see me
jumping out at him. That was a good time. You had some drinks. You don't get to really celebrate top 4.
But we're talking about progression.
I agree.
And for me, finishing 6th and winning the Europa League is not progression.
But
when we finished 3rd last year.
So
whereas I do think finishing 2nd, even without a trophy, is progression from last year.
Listen, I agree with you. The problem is when you say that, though, is I can't really see a world where we don't finish in the top 4, right? So for me, it's we've got to, like, I literally can't fathom us not finishing in the top 4. So I'm not thinking about like the league suffering. I get where you're coming from. You're saying you think if we go forward in the Europa League, our league form will suffer, or our FA Cup. I don't think that'll happen. I think we're deep enough that we'll be just fine if we play our best team in the Europa League. Go win it. Real Sociedad is a good team. They've got Unai Emery as a manager who's not a bad manager. Januzaj's there. He's playing well. They're a good team. Go beat them. Last year, let's be honest. Last year, we destroyed that Sevilla team. Our team, like we played so much better. They just couldn't finish their dinner.
Yeah,
we needed Haaland up front.
Right? Like, just go win the trophy. Go win the trophy. In my opinion,
I
That's what
think
I'm saying.
Emery coaches Villarreal, but okay.
My bad.
1 second,
My
Lincoln. Big up to Baz1 for the contribution. If we finish 2nd with a chance to catch City, 5 games to go, it's different from. Can't see the rest. Different from distant 2nd.
No, okay, I get that, but again, I look at Man United first. So forget where everyone else is. Forget whether Liverpool's declined. Forget whether City's improved. Manchester United finished with 66 points last year. If we're talking about getting back to a position where we can win the league, generally, if you're getting around 85 to 90 points, you're generally going to be in a fight for a league title. Obviously, we know the last few years have been abnormal, but if you even finish within 90, that means within the last 3 games, you're in with a shout. So for me, I'm looking at ourselves before anyone else. So even if City end up on 95 points because they win every game between now and the end of the season, but we finish with 80, for example, I'm saying we've had a good season, even though we are 15 points behind City, which is the same that we were last year, 15 points behind City. We have to look at ourselves first and say, have we progressed? If the answer is yes, then you can say, what more do we need to do if we're not at the top yet? So that's how I'm looking at it personally.
So the reason I'm going to do this, because I'm seeing a certain young man smile and sigh and everything.
Go on, Benji. What you say? You want the Europa League. You want the Europa League, innit?
Like, you know what is Mr. Progression? It's just that you know what it is for me? I understand that points is a progression, but you also have to look at goals scored and goals conceded as well, and a lot of that as well. Because, for example, Manchester United as a club, or even as a team at the moment, we're conceding so many more goals, but we're scoring more. So how do you define that progression? I understand points totals a bit more, but how do you define that? Are we improving going forward and we're leaking at the back? Or is it because going forward, we're so much better that we're conceding goals at the back? That's my thing, because when people say progression, you know what I mean?
Well, you know what?
Over to Uniques.
Last year, we finished on a goal difference of plus 30. At the moment, we're on plus 19. So we need another plus 11, let's say, to end on the same. So you're looking at, all right, maybe we conceded more, but we scored more. Where do we need to fix up? But there's actually something that someone pointed out earlier. It's not going to absolve the defense of their frailties and the way they're conceding goals. But we conceded 11 goals in our first 3 games. And we know we had a terrible start to the season. Since then, we've conceded the second least goals in the league. So Advantage Neeks. Well, yeah, but are we as bad as defensively as the league table says? I'm not saying if we remove those first 3 games, which were a big anomaly because we had no preseason.
Benji?
But then at the same time, I can say if you remove certain games where we won 9-0 and 6-2, you can also say that's an anomaly as well. I don't know if I said that right. But I just feel like for me personally, when it comes to progression, I still feel like we need to see progression all over, because the points total can also be can also be a lie as well. Because obviously, when we finished second under Mourinho, I feel that for me it was a very, very close position. The way we were playing, the way we were attacking teams, the way we were actually set up as a team was not as good as the points that we got at the end, if that makes sense. So even if we do get 80 points, 80 whatever point, and we finish in touch and distance in Liverpool, it can also mean, it doesn't mean that and City, sorry, it doesn't mean that we've improved. I also feel like we have to understand that other teams have done bad, but then it also leads to your point where we have to focus on ourselves. But then I also feel like for us as a club, us as Manchester United, us finishing in 15 points, I don't think that's much progression. I think it was guaranteed to happen because we have a better team. But my thing is, if we don't finish with at least 10 points of the top team, I still don't feel like we've improved that much. We need to be at least 10 points of the top team, because the team we have and the way that everyone else was inconsistent at the beginning of the season, and we were on form until whenever, and now we're dipping. We need to be within 10 points maximum. Sorry, for me, to say that we've improved. That's for me personally. I don't think going up by points is really makes much difference to me, honestly.
Reggie, just while you're there, got this comment from a friend, Prime. Yo, listen.
That's a new one.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for the super chats. It's been an amazing Sunday night. We've made it a nice Valentine top shelf Galaxy promotions. And Galaxy, if you're listening, I got a top shelf panel looking right here. Everyone's glistening. Listen, thank you to Neeks. Thank you to Benji. Thank you to Cam. Thank you to Lincoln. Last thing I'm going to say is this.
Big up Bits and Bobs for hosting the United.
I have that host.
Yeah. So what's your host?
Yeah. So by Bits and Bobs. And I'm just going to say this, guys, to leave you with this one. Roses are red. Violets are blue. KJ hates the Glazers. Just like us too.